Alright guys, time for another random ass vlog. I haven't done one in months, alright, and I want to apologize really quick because this one's with the webcam. Previously I was using my digital camera, here it is, a digital camera, and I just wanted to, really I just had nothing to show. Usually sometimes I have things to show and stuff like that, but really this one's just going to be straight talking. I wrote down a couple things I do want to talk about, and this is going to be cool because a couple stuff in here a lot of people are going to want to know. First of all, I was going to discuss the games of 2013 up to, meaning this generation only, alright? I was going to talk about all the pre-orders I got, because I did pre-order a lot of stuff, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, I post up my pre-order list and stuff like that, and I pre-order basically everything I wanted to play for the remainder of this year, up until, the end of this generation. There's a couple games I'm waiting for the PlayStation 4 debut for. When that does happen, I want to go ahead and, get those on that system. Even if I'm going to have to wait, like, a couple weeks, it doesn't matter. So, second thing I want to address is a new, the more or less the Video Game Awards are going to be done really differently this year. And just some other stuff I had planned for the end of this generation. I want to talk about violence in video games. Something that, I kind of neglected to talk about because really I just didn't care, but there's, some things I just want to discuss my point of perspective on it. And as well as the issue with friend requests, alright? A little thing that happened yesterday, which was Monday. I'm recording this on Tuesday, so this is going to be uploaded on Thursday, just FYI. But there's something that happened on Monday, yesterday for me, and that I made a decision, and I just wanted to clarify why I did make that decision, alright? Alright, so let's talk about the games of 2013. Let's do that first. The games that I pre-ordered, the ones that are definitely that are a definite purchase for the year up to the point of the current generation, alright? So, you all know I have Dead Space 3 I bought on PlayStation 3. Thought it was an average game. Crisis 3, bought it on PC again, thought it was just an average game. And I have Tomb Raider that I purchased, which was a great game, alright? And go watch the review for that game, by the way, if you haven't. I went to corporate and basically pre-ordered, like, I think I have like 10 things pre-ordered, 10 games pre-ordered. So I have a lot of stuff pre-ordered, and some cool things that I'm going to pre-ordering once I pick up BioShock Infinite on Tuesday. All right, but there's one, BioShock Infinite. I have the premium edition pre-ordered on Xbox 360, and that's coming out on Tuesday, which is still I mean, I can't harness the feeling. It's kind of weird, talking about BioShock Infinite and having a definite release. I'm finally going to be able to get, all of us, we're finally going to have the game in our hands, and we're finally going to be able to play it. So it's a great, really interesting, undescribable feeling. It's going to be great. And just like my previous unboxings, going to feel myself going to GameStop. And that, by the way, that unboxing is going to be huge, all right? Because not only do I have the premium edition to unbox, I also pre-ordered the limited edition strategy guide, and actually for being a corporate dick sucker, I got this cool coupon right here from Power Up Rewards to get $20 off any strategy guide. So I'm basically getting the collector's edition strategy guide for like 15 bucks, which is tremendous. It's a tremendous deal. So, and that actually comes with a cool little 4-inch key. It's called the birdcage key. I thought it was the key to the city, but no, it's the birdcage key, I guess, to the songbird's cage. If you can even fit that thing in a cage, it's so huge. But picking up that, and I also pre-ordered the Season Pass as a digital download. So I don't have the actual card, but I will be talking about it. So I'm basically all pumped for that game. I'm ready. I got the collector's edition pre-ordered. I got the freaking statue, that I have in my room. I got the lithograph that came with the strategy guide. They gave it to me early. And I'm going to be picking up the strategy guide, limited edition strategy guide, and I have the Season Pass. I have everything I need for that game except the Ultimate Infinite Songbird Edition, which I don't need another big statue like that. I don't. I already have that nice limited edition statue, which I actually think it looks better than I actually like the Columbia statue better than the Bioshock Infinite Songbird statue. Of course, I haven't seen the Songbird statue in person, so. But I'm thinking that's gonna be a huge unboxing. It's gonna be big. I'm super excited. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. So that is that. All right. Next month is in April is pretty much dead. All right. We have Injustice: Gods Among Us, which I am getting. However, I'm getting it for free, and there's gonna be more info about why that is in the channel update. And I also there is the possibility I can get it early, so I may get it early and for free, which is going to be great. So more info about that in the channel update for April, which will probably be uploaded somewhere within the first week of that month. Skype. And then we have Fuse at the end of the month of April. I believe April 30th. All right. And this is something I didn't pre-order it already. I didn't pre-order it yet because I just completely forgot about it. You know. But Fuse, if you guys don't know, Fuse was it's developed by Insomniac Games, and this game was first announced in 2010 at E3 called Overstrike. And it looked great. Like, it was a pre-rendered trailer, but the art style looked great. It was a new IP. I mean, it looked really fun and original. And then no one heard about the game for 2 years straight. All of a sudden, Insomniac says, yeah, it's called Fuse now. It's coming out in 2013. It's going to be a third-person shooter, and here's some gameplay. And it all kind of caught us off guard. A lot of people after they announced that really didn't like the change. They didn't like the name from Overstrike to Fuse, and the game didn't look like it played as well as the trailer looked. It didn't look as fun and original as the trailer looked. However, I am currently working out, or I'm trying to gather some co-op partners. Specifically Goat the Great and Sun Twisted, alright? And I'm going to be getting the game on the PS3, and I think, a game like that's 4-player co-op would just be great to run through with our friends. We also have Army of Two, which is releasing, and I don't know if Goat's picking up or Sun Twisted. I did see that they played a demo together, but I think that would be a cool co-op experience to play Fuse with. And the game looks fun. Like, it looks like a solid third-person shooter, and it's made by Insomniac Games, which... They always make quality games. I mean, I've never been a fan of the Resistance series. I'm sorry, I'm muting the speaker so you guys can't hear the. I've never been a fan of the Resistance series. I didn't really like them that much. All right, and it just wasn't a series that I particularly liked. I just thought it was boring. That being said, it was still a high quality game. It had great production value, great graphics, and a solid, smooth gameplay experience. So I'm excited for Fuse, and when I go to pick up Bioshock Infinite, that's definitely going to get pre-ordered. So I cannot wait to jump in and play that. All right. In May, that's it for April. In May we have one release, and to be honest, the things in terms of this year, it started out really strong, like release after release. And now it's dwindling down to like a nice long, it's not as hectic anymore. It's more slow, and I have to admit I appreciate that, and I'm really liking that because now I can beginning probably April or May, more likely April is when I'm going to start saving for the PlayStation 4. And you better believe I'm getting that on release date. I'm getting the best model possible. Killzone Shadowfall has been announced as a launch date, as well as Watch Dogs, and I think Drive Club as well. So, I mean, if those 3 games are coming out, plus whatever other ones, I'm going to get those 3 games regardless. So I'm already spending like $700 on this console, considering that the console is actually be costing $500 at the most. All right, which probably will be the price. But that being said, I do like things that are going. I do like how things are going slow now. It's not as hectic like release after release after release. It's all slow. All right, we're transitioning out of this phase to get into the new era of the new generation of gaming. So at the end of May is Grid 2. I already had that pre-ordered on the Xbox 360, and I played the first Grid, and I remember liking it a lot. My friend actually owned it. And it was a pretty solid racing game. I think one of the really cool things about Grid was the fact that you typed in your name, you selected your name from the list, and then the game would actually say your name. Like in the menu stuff, it'd be and for my scenario, it'd be like, oh hey Cameron, you have 300 and something races available, blah 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 blah. And then during when you're actually racing, the announcer would be like, all right, Cameron, you have someone coming up on your left, or it'd be like that. They'd actually announce your name. That was like one of the coolest features ever. I loved that. So I hope that makes a return in Grid 2. But Grid 2, I mean, it looked solid graphics, great, competitive racing. I think it's going to be great. And I remember Grid just being a solid racing game overall. And I'm a huge fan of racing games, so this is going to be great. So I'm getting that on the Xbox 360. That's already pre-ordered. I believe that's the last week of May. All right. Then the first week of June is an exciting one for me. It's actually one of my most anticipated games that I named on the Video Game Awards for 2012. Remember Me. All right, Remember Me is a new IP from a new company called Don't Nod, and it's being published by Capcom. And it's basically a futuristic, cyberpunk-ish type of game. It basically takes the action-adventure elements and platforming mechanics of like a game like Uncharted and combines it with like the combat and the variety of combos and whatever, like the Batman Arkham City series or the Arkham series, as you want to call them. But I'm excited for that. I think it's going to have a great story. I'm a huge fan of futuristic games, just games that take place in the future. I love the art style for it. It's looking fantastic. All right, so that's pre-ordered on the Xbox 360. Remember Me. All right, that game's going to be amazing. It looks really original as well. The second week of June is a big one. All right, because not only is that week E3 week, which I'll have more info for you guys in the coming weeks, all right, about E3. But not only is it E3 week, it's going to be really big. This E3 is going to be huge. It's also the week for the release of The Last of Us, coming out on June 14th, my birthday. So yeah, that whole week is E3 week, and then Friday is my birthday as well as The Last of Us. That's gonna be an awesome gift. I'm picking it up for myself, I already have it pre-ordered, but I do have the post-pandemic edition pre-ordered. And, some of you may remember way back when I said, I'm not spending over $100 on any single video game. Look how long that lasted. I don't know what it was, but I just told the guy, all right, I'll pre-order the post-pandemic edition for The Last of Us. It's $160. It comes with a big-ass statue, and it's an exclusive to GameStop. They're actually sold out already. You can't even get them anymore. Regardless, I am super excited for Last of Us. I think it's going to be fantastic. Great story, and the gameplay looks pretty cool. I love the infected. Do we call them the infected? The fungi beasts or whatever you want to call them. I love the enemy types. They look fantastic. And again, the graphics are phenomenal. It's like, why even own a PC when you can get graphics like that out of the current gen consoles? So I think it's going to be fantastic, and that's pre-ordered. Like I said, post-pandemic edition. I'm also looking to get a brand new computer monitor. Going into this next generation, probably for my birthday. That's what I'm going to be asking for, because I have a 24-inch Samsung 1080p monitor, and it's great. It's 1080p, it's 24 inches, it's a great size and everything, but it's just the technology is old. I need something with 120 hertz. With an HDMI output, all right? And I don't care about 3D, but I was looking at the Asus monitor. This one's 27 inches. It's 144 hertz. And HDMI 1.4 has all like this new technology in it, 2 millisecond gray-to-gray response time, and a 80 million to 1 dynamic contrast ratio. So it's going to be, pretty... hopefully I can get that. Depends on what I do get, but that's like a $450 monitor. Which would be great going into the next generation, having a brand new computer monitor with all the new technology in it. And that monitor is 3D. I don't want the 3D, but it's just the one. It just has 3D. All right, so I'm sorry, 3D is stupid. It sucks. It's so disorienting, especially when you're playing long hours. On a 3D screen, you have those glasses on. You're playing for like a really long time. It's uncomfortable. All right. Regardless, that is the monitor I want. That's it for June, all right? Nothing's in July. There's absolutely nothing announced in July, which, again, is probably the month where I'll finally have all the cash for the PlayStation 4. It's a great month to go ahead and work. I'm going out of town. I'm going to be visiting New York for the first time. I'm going to be going to New York City on the 15th of June, all right? That's a good thing, and it's a bad thing at the same time. It's a good thing because I've never been to New York. It seems like it's going to be fun, and I might run into you know, those fine gentlemen, which are my friends. You know, Zero, Goat. Everyone lives in New York. Some Twisted, Jagger. You know, whatever. It's a bad thing because I only have a day to play The Last of Us. A day. Wow. I'm not going to rush through the game. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm just going to sit here for 15 hours straight and play the game. I'm not going to do that. All right. I'm going to take my time. I'm only going for a week, I think. So. I think it'll be fine. But that's, I mean, it's my birthday. Then I'm leaving the day after. You know. Nonetheless, I'll be able to keep in touch with you guys. What's going on via Twitter? Be great. And the place I'm staying at actually has Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, and hopefully the speed is good. But I'm not bringing my PlayStation. People are like, why don't you bring your PlayStation? I don't want to bring my PlayStation. You know, I'm on vacation. If I bring my PlayStation, I'm gonna be stuck in my room, in my hotel room the whole time, playing The Last of Us. That's what's gonna happen, and that's not a vacation. I've done that before too. Like I've been in like Mexico, and it's so I hate the heat, by the way. It's so hot outside, and I'm just like, and you know, I'm at this beautiful resort. I stayed in and watched what's the name of that show? I forgot the name of that show. It's kind of like I forgot the name of it. But I sat here and I watched this cool show. It's kind of like a James Bond spy-ish show, but like a comedy kind of thing, on the TV, and it was in English. So, but that's what I did for like 3-4 days out of that vacation, you know. So I'm not gonna do that again. No, I'm not doing that again. You know, I want to experience. I never been to New York. This is gonna be fun, and it's gonna be cool. Next up on the games in August. All right, we have 2 anticipated games in August. Splinter Cell Blacklist, which I already pre-ordered. I have the standard edition of that pre-ordered on the Xbox 360. That's gonna be fun. I cannot wait till Splinter Cell Blacklist. I love Conviction. I thought it was great. I just thought it was short. And hopefully Blacklist is longer and just as fun. The graphics on the game look amazing. So I cannot wait to get that. Like I said, pre-ordered on the Xbox 360. Then the same day, we also have the newly announced Saints Row 4, which I never, to be honest, I rented Saints Row 3. I didn't think it was absolutely incredible and the best game ever like everyone thought it was. So probably, I don't know if I'm going to get Saints Row 4. I really just don't. I think this is the last Saints Row game. I watched the trailer and they're like, the end to the saga. I was like, oh, I guess this is the last Saints Row. I watched the trailer and it looks like Prototype met, it's like Prototype meets Saints Row. It's like they took the character from Prototype and they said, hey, let's just make fun of Prototype, and they made this like hilarious game out of it. So maybe that will, you know, play a hand in making it original and really good and interesting. So we'll see. September's huge, all right, because we have 2 really big games, all right. Well, they're not even comparable in size. But we have Grand Theft Auto 5, which is going to be huge. That's already pre-ordered on the Xbox 360. If they announce a special collector's edition like they did with the original Grand Theft Auto 4, then I'm going to jump on that like immediately. But that's pre-ordered on the Xbox 360. I cannot wait for that. I think it's going to be great, and haven't seen any gameplay yet. A lot of people are waiting for E3. Listen, Rockstar hasn't been to E3 in years, all right? The odds of them showing off Grand Theft Auto 5 at E3 are like slim to none, because they think they're better than that, all right? They don't go to E3. They don't go to those events, all right? They stick to their own little bubble, and they release stuff when they feel the need to release stuff. But Grand Theft Auto 5, hugely excited for that. On that same day is the inevitable non-seller Killzone Mercenary, alright? Which, like I said, is not going to sell anything because Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out. And it's a shame because I don't know why you would release a Vita game, one of the most highly anticipated Vita games, on the same day as the most highly anticipated game of the year, or most, maybe even all time. You know, I mean, I'm getting Killzone Mercenary and Grand Theft Auto 5 on release day. I think they're going to both be fantastic. I'm excited for Mercenary because, you know, it actually looks like a decent Vita game. So I hope maybe they'll delay. Maybe they will delay Mercenary. Maybe they'll push it up to August. Or push it back down. Well, don't push it back down to October. I just don't know. If it came out in July, that would be great. But after September is October, and this is where we hit the end of the current generation. October, the only release that's coming out so far is Beyond Two Souls. And yes, I know Assassin's Creed 4 also is coming out the end of October. Beyond Two Souls is pre-ordered, and GameStop has an upgrade to the limited edition, which probably is nothing more than just a special little box. Actually, I think they mentioned it was a steelbook case as well or something like that. But they gave me the upgrade to the limited edition. That's already pre-ordered. I cannot wait for that game. Heavy Rain was my vote for Game of the Year of 2010. It was the most emotional game I played, one of the most original, and the story was so excellent, you know. And Beyond Two Souls, they're basically fixing the problem with the original Heavy Rain. The original Heavy Rain, they had these voice actors that, you know, were playing Americans that weren't American, you know, and that was kind of a weird thing because you notice, like, when Jaden was talking, you know, his voice sounded a little bit off when he would say something like, "Oh, no one's accusing you of anything." He sounds like, "No one's accusing you of anything." That's how he sounded. It was weird, you know? So, I mean, they fixed that problem. They got Ellen Page, the main character, and they also have Willem Dafoe now. So, I mean, they got Chuck Norris next or what? I have no idea, but a lot of stuff. A lot of cool potential. And like I said, that's the only game I have pre-ordered. Now, there is a rumor that the newly announced Assassin's Creed Rising Phoenix is a Vita tie-in game to Assassin's Creed 4. Alright? If that's the case, you better believe I'm going to be pre-ordering it and getting it on release day. Alright? On games like Assassin's Creed 4 and like Watch Dogs, I mean, I know Assassin's Creed 4 is coming out at the end of the year. I mean, seriously, Assassin's Creed should die already because I'm just getting so tired of the series right now, but I'm waiting for Assassin's Creed 4 to release on the PlayStation 4, which probably will be a launch title along with Watch Dogs and the first-party titles. So those games are getting on PlayStation 4 whenever they come available to pre-order on the PlayStation 4 along with the system itself. Alright, so those are the games for the end of the year. Those are all the games that I'm getting. Those are all the systems I'm getting them for. Those are why I'm getting them. Those are my thoughts on them. All right. Next up. All right. Let's move on to violence in video games. All right. Let me be really brief about this. What stirred this topic was that IGN. I don't know if you guys noticed, but IGN uploaded a video a couple of days ago. All right. I think it may have been last week even. And it was about one of the journalists there saying, "Are video games too violent?" He was basically saying that while playing Tomb Raider and God of War, he felt uncomfortable at the certain violence level. Now, everyone immediately called this guy a pussy on the YouTube comments, and everyone more or less destroyed this guy's character, all right, for being, I guess, the pussy that he is. Here's the thing that I see, all right? There are two types of violence. There's necessary violence, and there's unnecessary violence. Alright? Necessary violence is a game like Tomb Raider. Alright? Where, yes, it's gritty, it's violent, it's really brutal, and I mentioned this in my review. It's disgusting at some points. Alright? But at the same time, that violence is necessary because you're building up this character. Because you're supposed to believe in the survival aspect that this game is catering to so much. You're supposed to believe that you're on this dangerous place where anything can happen at any moment and you can die in the most horrific ways. You're not supposed to be like, "Oh, I'm in fairy tale land. I guess I can pick up infinite ammo anywhere I want and oh, I jumped down 3 stories high and I survived." It's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to feel like, "Oh, I'm in this dangerous place and anything can pop out of anywhere." It's supposed to be violent because you're building up this character and you're supposed to believe that you're in this really dangerous place. And that's why the violence in Tomb Raider is necessary. It helps the story so much. Lara feels more vulnerable and more relatable because of all the stuff that's happening to her, you know? So that's necessary violence. Unnecessary violence is a game like Gears of War, where chainsawing people in half has nothing to do to help the story or the grittiness of war. It's just made for fun. It's just there so people can say, "Hey, I got I have a chainsaw on my assault rifle. Look how badass I am." That's all it is. It does not help the story. It does not make what it does is it makes the gameplay more satisfying. But it does not add any emotional side to the story. It does not make you say, "Oh my gosh, war is so bloody and violent," because you're playing in this science fiction oriented world anyway. You know, so I mean, the violence in Gears of War is unnecessary because it's just made for fun and satisfaction. All right. Same thing with God of War. You know, it's just there to make Kratos look like a badass, nothing more. All right. There's not much to it, you know. That's just how things are, and that's my stance on the violence. If you can incorporate violence to have it work with the story and the environment or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, like Tomb Raider, you know, it integrated itself with the story, then it works. If it's there purely for satisfaction, then there's no need for it. All right, it's just a fact. So that's my stance on violence. That's all I wanted to mention. Alright, now I want to discuss something that maybe a few of you may have noticed, alright? I'm not on your friend request. I'm not on your friend list anymore. You may have noticed this on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I'm not on your friends list anymore. I haven't got any messages so far, but by the time this video uploads, which will be on Thursday, I may be wrong, alright? Here's the thing. This was a decision that I was going through in my head for some time now. And let me be clear, it was not one person who did something to ruin it for everyone. This was just something that I was thinking of and something I just decided to implement, alright? I had 80-something friends on PlayStation 3. Alright? 3-4 of those guys I knew in real life. About 10 of those guys, I would say, I knew from YouTube, all right? And those, you know, like Goat the Great and other people that made a good impression on me. Now, some of you may have noticed that you weren't deleted. Those are the guys that made an impression on me. Like, maybe you talk to me more on Twitter, or I just know you and you're a pretty good person, or, you know, something like that. You know, if you're from YouTube and you're like a frequent commentator, you've always supported me, or, you know, you follow me on Twitter and you always ask me questions, you retweet my stuff, whatever, I may have not deleted you because I kind of have that personal relationship, I like to think, with you. But the rest of you, I deleted, and I just simply wanted to have it be a more personal thing. I didn't want lines and lines and lines and rows of just friends that I had, you know, that I weren't really friends with. They were just from YouTube. Oh, I'll send you a friend request so we can just know what you're playing and let me ask about it all the time, you know? I don't play with anyone. 90 excuse me. 90% of the time I'm gaming, 90% I'm playing by myself, and usually a single player game. The other 5%, I'm playing multiplayer on my own, alright? Well, actually, it's like 8%. Like 8% I'm playing multiplayer on my own. The other 2% I'm actually playing with friends. And those are, you know, friends from school, you know, like best friends, whatever. I don't play with anyone on YouTube. And unless I have like a tournament of games, like I did those Uncharted 3 tournaments back when the game was new, you know, and those were fun. Just note this, I just want it to be a more personal thing. I wanted my friends list to be a more personal thing, and now that we're moving into the next generation, and my Facebook and my Twitter and everything to be integrated with my online ID, and it's all going to be my real name and everything like that, I just wanted to set the bar there, you know, draw the line. So, I'm sorry. I mean, this is just a decision that I did. It wasn't one person that just said, "Hey, you're a fucking idiot," all right? It wasn't something like that, all right? It was just a decision I was going through my head for months now, and then I just finally implemented it. So I did this on Xbox, I did this on PlayStation, I did this on Steam, I did this on Origin as well, all right? I did this pretty much on every single gaming network. I'm sorry, but this is just how things are. I mean, when you really think about it, I mean, I was just taking up space. If you didn't talk to me, and if you just looked at what I was playing, I'm just taking up space, you know. So, I'm sorry. That's just what I did. I'm not changing my mind, and it's just gonna be friend lists are gonna be more personal for me. All right. Now, we're going to talk about some cool stuff. The Video Game Awards for the end of the year. Now, last year, I did a Video Game Awards show, and that was, fantastic in my opinion. I put a lot of effort in there, and I made it really, really cool with the green screen and everything. This year, it's going to be similar, but it's not going to be, the Video Game Awards of 2013. Since it's the end of this generation, I'm going to be doing a top 10 best games of this generation. Alright? And these are games, well, really it's top 10 best games / series of this generation. Because if I just do games, there's going to be like, there's going to be, I don't want like to say, freaking Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. I don't want to do that, alright? I'd rather just say, the Uncharted series as a whole. So, I'm going to be doing the top 10 best games of this generation. Alright, so that's the first part of the, more or less, the end of the generation goodbye, if you want to say. And that, keep in mind, that's going to be a list of all the games I played. Alright, every single game I played this generation. And it's going to be hard. I still have, I have a couple of ideas of games that I want to implement in there that just really made an impression on me. But after Beyond Two Souls comes out, I mean, that's like it. That's the cutoff. That's a cutoff game. Then, I'm going to be doing a collection video, calling it the End HD Generation Collection and Review. Alright? By the way, this generation, I named this generation of games the HD generation. It's essentially what it was. It was the first generation where we were able to have HD gaming involved. So I named it the High Definition Generation, or HD Generation, the HD Gaming Generation. So that's the name for it. But I'm gonna be actually taking all my games across PlayStation, across PC, and across Xbox 360. All my games from this generation on those 3 major platforms. And I'm going to be going through each and every one of them, telling you guys my thoughts on them, why I liked them or why I hated them, and just stuff like that. I think that'll be a really cool, long video. I don't know if that's going to be a separate video all in itself or a combination with the Game of the Year awards or the top 10 best games of this generation, the HD generation awards. So I don't know, alright? What I can tell you is that those are just some thoughts I'm running through my head, and I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna all work out really well. Like top 10 best games of the HD gaming generation, or something along those lines. That's something original, and I think that's gonna be great. I don't think anyone's gonna really think about that. I think everyone's just gonna do another Game of the Year awards, and then I want to give the PlayStation 4 its own separate kind of thing, because a game like Watch Dogs and the Killzone games, when they're on such a different competitive level, with playing on a different whole generation, I don't want to compare it to the current generation that we're in right now. That wouldn't be fair. But these are the top 10 best games of the HD generation. That's what I have planned, and that's going to come sometime in October. I'm thinking after Beyond Two Souls releases, and I'm finally able to play that. So that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching the Random Ass Vlog. It's been a while since I did one. I didn't want to make it way too long, well, half an hour. Well, it's not that bad, really, for the amount of stuff I talked about. So, any questions? Follow me on Twitter, please. Alright, there's actually a surprise. Here, I'll show you guys a quick surprise. The Bioshock Infinite unboxings, like I said, it's going to be huge. Premium Collector's Edition, Limited Edition Strategy Guide, and the Season Pass. Well, just going to be mentioning it, really. But I bought this, too. I bought this. This is I had this custom made, alright, specifically for this unboxing, and I'll leave a link in the unboxing to actually purchase this thing. But check this out. I'm gonna be featuring this in my unboxing, by the way, for Bioshock. It's a shirt, but look, Columbia Air City College. How cool is that? It's a sick ass shirt, huh? So I'm gonna be using this. When I go to pick up, the games, when I get in my car, that you're going to see me wearing this. I think it's a really awesome shirt. It's great. Perfect material. Columbia Air City, you have the American flag there, then you have the stars and the colors since 1900. So I think it's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to, finally wear this next Tuesday, a week from today, and do that. And I think it's kind of perfect because, I am in college currently, and to have something like this is going to be cool. So that's just a quick little teaser. The guys on Twitter saw that a couple days ago when I got it. So that's that. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Random Ask vlog. Whenever I just want to talk about some stuff, important things about, whatever, important things about whatever, I'm going to be able to do that in a Random Ask vlog. And like I said, probably going to be, whenever I think of something is when you'll see them. So thanks, guys, for watching. Have a great day, and talk to you later. See you for the Bioshock Infinite unboxing. It's going to be fantastic.